Welcome to Latte's High Mountain Cooking. And today, what we have for you from the world famous kitchen at the Maison du Soleil in Crestline, California at 5,000 feet is we're going to make some pizza for you. I know that it's really easy to call up Domino's and get them to come out and bring you some pizza, but I guarantee you once you get done and learn how to make pizza, it's so easy and so quick and so good that you'll be doing it for yourself instead of ordering it from Domino's and that crappy place in Top Town that's always some other kind of restaurant every other week. Start out with making the dough, because you got to have a good dough for a pizza. And we're going to put 1 1/4 cup of some white bread flour. Put that 1 1/4 cup of bread flour into a mixing bowl here. And then we have to add in our yeast. We need 1 package of rapid rise yeast. I'm going ahead and dump that into our flour. And we're also going to add in our salt. This is a teaspoon of salt that we're adding in with the 1 1/4 cup of flour and the package of dry yeast. Okay, we're adding our 1 cup of 115, 120 degree water into our flour, yeast, and salt, along with 2 tablespoons of olive oil that we're going to put into that mix. Now, what we're going to do is use our handy dandy electric mixer here to mix this on low speed for about 30 seconds. Once it's done that, we're going to mix it at high speed for about 3 minutes, and that's how we start conditioning our dough. So I'll mix it now. Okay, here is our first half of our pizza dough. What we're going to do is add in another 1 1/4 cup of white bread flour. Once it becomes too hard to do this with the spoon, I go ahead and I'll use my hands to kind of start kneading this out already. And knead this around for about 5 or 6 minutes. Try to get all of the flour incorporated into the dough. And then after you've done that, we'll show you in just a minute what that looks like. Okay, we've been kneading our dough now for several minutes, and what we have is a fairly uniform, not too sticky, but not too dry lump of dough here. What we're going to do with this is we have to let this rise for 10 minutes in our covered mixing bowl. I'm going to put it back into the mixing bowl, and I'm going to cover it, and we're going to let it rise for about 10 minutes. Welcome back to Latte's High Mountain Cooking. You're on the mountain in Crestline. What we're going to do right now, while our dough is rising, we're going to go ahead and make our sauce for our pizza. And today's sauce is comprised of 3 cloves of garlic, which we've cut down to fairly fine pieces, and we're going to put this in our food processor. Now, if you don't have a food processor, you can continue to cut these pieces you'll see me put in here into even smaller pieces than I've cut them into. Now what we have is about 4 or 5 celery stalks that we've cut into fine slices as well. We have half an onion that we'll also put into our processor. And we have 2 Roma tomatoes that we're going to put into our food processor. We'll whirl it together. There you are, folks. That's our pizza sauce. World famous Latte Laughing pizza sauce. We'll add a little tiny bit of olive oil. And then we'll scoop our sauce into our pan. Then we add to that a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of basil, a teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of cumin. We'll add that into our sauce mixture and blend it all together like so. And you'll saute this for about 3 to 4 minutes. Cook a little bit of the juice out of it, and then it should be good to go for your pizza sauce. Alright, back here again on Latte's High Mountain Cooking here in Crestline, and here is our dough that we let sit earlier to rise. And what we're going to do is we're going to divide this roughly in half, maybe a little less than half for one piece and a little more for the other. And because we're going to make 2 pizzas out of this. And I'm going to press this piece into this pan here to bake in the oven. What we need to do with our pan before we add that in is spray a little bit of cooking spray into there, so that our dough doesn't stick to the pan. What we're going to do now is just kind of press this out. If you get any little holes, you can fill it in, but just press it out. We're nearing completion of covering this pan with our dough. It's real stretchy, so it might spring back out of place once you get it in there. So just go around one more time. Press your shape back out. Take a fork, and we're going to pre-cook this dough now. Take a fork before you pre-cook it. Just go ahead and tap it with a fork to bust the surface, and then you're going to put it into the oven at 425 for about 9 minutes, and then we'll be right back with you to show what happens next. Okay, welcome back to Latte's High Mountain Cooking, and we're in the middle of making pizza, and this is our completed dough that we mixed up and pressed into our pan a minute ago. We threw it in the oven for about 9 minutes just to get it to firm up a little bit and start baking. So now what we're ready to do with it is to put our sauce and our cheese and our toppings on. That's the most exciting part of making pizza, right, folks? Well, you're going to see it right now. Here's our sauce that we made earlier. We'll go ahead and start with our fresh whole milk mozzarella cheese. We've added our cheese, and you may choose to add pepperoni or any sort of other toppings that you have. We're going to make this a half vegetarian, half pepperoni pizza. There you have it, folks. There's our ready to go into the oven pizza. We have pepperoni on one side and spinach and mushroom on the other. Now here's our pizza. We're putting it into a 425 degree oven for 10 minutes, and we'll see the final result right here on Latte's High Mountain Cooking. Welcome back to Latte's High Mountain Cooking, and we'd like to show you the final result of our pizza. It's been here in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. There it is. There's the final product. You can't do better than that at Pizza Hut. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to watching us make pizza here on Latte's High Mountain Cooking.